They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it. How we live, 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 how we live. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live.
They say in due time, but my watch broke. I know. It's a cold world, but we got coats. We grinding to make it. Yes. We shining, they hate. Yes. We ball till we fall. Every diamond's a flake. Huh? I'm signed to the pavement. I'm crossing them over. I'm backing them down. Standing tall like a soldier. These players can't hold us. It's the winner's race. Eating with Ken and Ace at a table, no dinner plate.
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. And for the Memphis Grizzlies guys, they come in off that loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Detroit will get the first possession. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then there's West. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Splitter in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And, you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around 3.
The dish now to Millsap. That one down right in the face of Splitter. It's not possible what we just caught. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that. I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
And the pass to Leonard. To the middle. Here's Millsap. Good on the baseline, Jay. Millsap's got his second basket of the night.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
And there's West. That good on the assist by Thomas.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Bogut with a screen on West. Leonard dishes to Bogut. Nobody near Williams. Money from the wing. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. Thomas passes to West. West draws the double. Splitter with a screen on Williams. Thomas kicks to Splitter. Rebounded by Bogut.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And here's Leonard from 3. Over in the corner, Williams. No good with the triple. Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte. Bogut dishes to Williams. Leonard kicks to Waiters. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Williams kicks to Anderson. Leonard against Carroll. Leonard attacking. It's deflected. And so the ball out of bounds. Splitter touched it last. A different look here for Detroit. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Bogut. Robinson comes in for Leonard. And it's Butler in for Waiters. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Pachulia, he's checked in for Splitter. Jody Meeks comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's Brooks in for Isaiah Thomas.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
And stolen by Butler. Robinson, that's good.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Wade drives in. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season. Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
And the call will be against Darren Williams. That is his first foul of the game. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Over to the wing. And Brooks, here we go. Patterson passes to Meeks. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Pistons leading. That's a 2 from Butler. And Pachulia pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the
The
paint now.
drive by Wade. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
1 second left.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, on the floor for Memphis, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Splitter is out there with West. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's Wade in at the 2.
You know, guys, Memphis walks through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
Leonard with the steal. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Thomas. 5 to shoot. Splitter sets a screen. Off the pick. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight. Ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors. Guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
Some changes for Memphis. Patterson comes in for Splitter. And it's Jody Meeks in for Damari Carroll. Now here's Wade. Patterson setting the pick for Wade. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Patterson. You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is as strong as ever at the defensive end.
Now here's Williams. That's good. Williams has got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage of it.
Ball's knocked loose. Meeks with the steal. The shot's good on the assist by West.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Poked away. Williams dishes to Waiters. With some arc. And Wade sends it back. Williams against Thomas. And the call will be against Darren Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Pistons. West kicks to Patterson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Meeks. Can't hit. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Wade with no one around. The Grizzlies with another miss. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. No good from Bogut.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Here is Williams after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Williams against Thomas. Williams passes to Millsap. And stolen by Patterson. Thomas kicks to Wade. Shot's good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Bogut. Thomas Robinson comes in for Paul Millsap. Anderson, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Butler in for Dion Waiters. Hollis Jefferson passes to Robinson. .107 left to play here in the second quarter. Patterson, the screen. Wade dishes to Patterson.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Memphis.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Memphis. Anderson kicks to Butler. From deep three-point range, but they get it back. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is good. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Brooks with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shoots off a screen. Smith. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Pistons on top. They lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dion Waiters, and it's Bogut, and it's Williams at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
Carroll passes to Splitter. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Williams kicks to Bogut. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
West kicks to Carroll. To the paint. Millsap with the steal. Now here's Waiters. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Bogut. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 3.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Thomas goes in. And the call will be against Darren Williams. Here's Wade. He's got 9. Six on the shot clock. Splitter sets a screen. Wade dishes to West. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. West has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Bogut. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Hornets. Thomas goes in. Carroll, no one around him. Offensive rebound. Thomas passes to Wade. West to screen on Waiters. Here's Wade. They shoot again. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the backboard.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handles. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handles. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
Pick by West. Thomas goes in. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Robinson's checked in for Bogut. Anderson comes in for Paul Millsap. And Rasul Butler's subbed in for Dion Waiters. Now here's Thomas. And West now top of the key. And again, Memphis no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Thomas with the ball. Butler covering. Just 5 on the clock. West, that's good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart, he's tough, he's all about team, and, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
And the whistle blows. It'll be on Tiago Splitter. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Leonard. Patterson, he's checked in for Memphis. Jody Meeks comes in for Isaiah Thomas. And stolen by Splitter. Brooks misses.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Williams. The Grizzlies also making a change. Pachulia, he's checked in for Splitter.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Clock at 6. And Brooks, here we go. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Pistons shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Brooks is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Pachulia. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Wade in at the 3 spot. They get the rebound. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Millsap. And finally they hit one. Millsap's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pistons. Patterson is screen on Butler. The drive by Brooks. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got the game tied up here for Memphis.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
He isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Mark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Andrew Bogut checked in for Jason Smith. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Rasul Butler. Outside Leonard. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
And he gets it to go.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth. Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
West kicks to Carroll. Outside Thomas. Picked by West. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. As this game approaches its finale, the outcome's still undecided. He told them, we're not far, fellas. It's within reach. Seize the moment and walk away with a win. Guys?
And Leonard gets it to go. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
West setting the pick for Thomas. Rejected by Millsap. And here we go with Waiters. Running it up the court. Here's Leonard. And he jams it with authority.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Outside Williams. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. To the wing on the left. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Here's West. Nice D from Bogut.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Williams. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Now it's a 5-point Piston lead. Picked by West. Wade kicks to Carroll. Lets it go with a three. No good from Wade.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Left side, Leonard. Millsap a screen on Wade. Here's Leonard. Over in the corner, Williams. Kicks it out to Leonard. Jacks up a three. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And the Pistons lead by 8. And it's Wade in the corner. Here's West. Got it. Good job in the low post.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. This shooting has been off the charts.
And Williams, here we go. Millsap has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
And that's an intentional foul. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
Brooks against Williams. And so the Pistons take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I'm from where the hammers rung. News cameras never come. You when your man's hung in every verse in your rhyme. Where the was slung. Vanish every summer. Where the blue vans would come. We throw the work in the can and run. Where the plans was to get funds and skate up the set. To achieve this goal quick. Faced with immeasurable odds, still I gave straight bets. Someone felt the most something and you nothing. Check. I'm from the other side where other guys don't walk too much. And girls from the projects went said we talk too much. So they ran up the time cause they sought them dudes to trust. I don't know what the they foul just like us. I'm from where the beef is inevitable. Summertime's unforgettable. Boosters in abundance. Buy half price sweater new. Your word was everything, so everything you said you do, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't living. I'm from where pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs. Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. With Z-Ball and Doves are at odds. At each other's throats for the love of foreign cars. The catch cases, hoping the judge R&Rs. But most times find themselves locked up behind bars. That all. I'm from where they ball and breed rhyme stars. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all.
Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice.
So where you from?
I'm from the place where the church is the flakiest. And been praying to God so long that they atheists. Where you can't put your vest away and say you wear it tomorrow. Cause the day after we'll be saying, I was just with him yesterday. I'm a block away from, not enough away from straight. Yeah. You're laughing, you know the place well, with the base well. And government, politic they sells. When we call the cops to 18, cause they hop out of vans and spray things. And life expectancy so low, we making our wheels at 18s. Well, how you get rid of guys who step out of line, your rep solidifies. So tell me, when I rap, you think I could criticize? If this flies, God strike me. And I got a question, are you forgiving guys who live just like me? We never know. One day I prayed to you and said if I ever blow, I let them know the stakes and exactly what takes place in the ghetto. Promise fulfilled, still I feel my job ain't done. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
So where you
Check.
from?
I'm from where they cross over and clap boards. Lost Jehovah in place of rap laws. Listen, I'm up the block, round the corner and down the street. From where the It's me, we make $1 million off of beats, cause our stories is deep. And tomorrow, long as the night before was sweet. Get lost for weeks in the street, twisted off. And no matter the weather, know how to draw heat. Whether you're 4 feet or a new size, it always starts out with 3 dice and shoot the 5. Thought they deuce was live, then I hit them with trips. Then I reach down for their money, Paul. Forget about this. This time around it's platinum, like the on my wrist and this on my waist. Y'all can't do about this. To show you love, that's how they fool thugs. Before you know it, you're lying in the pool of.
Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse cause I never went nowhere.
Head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Therefore, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at. Represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, hot on the stove. Snoopy in the hookie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder work, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up, pressure up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s, back to back, set a track, hit the lick, get it back, get the trick, jump the track. I want my money back, time and time again, while I'm sipping on this. David said it best, just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air.
Let's take them back.
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to Phoenix. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. We've got Chandler, Patrick Beverley out there with Smith. Then there's Tristan Thompson. And it's George in a quick spot.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence Clark his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Now, here's Beverly after the miss from Darren Williams. 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Here's Bogut, and he jams it with authority.
Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a little bit.
Smith with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Beverly wide open. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
No good from Bogut. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside, George. Lets it go with the three. It's hauled in by Bogut.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
The better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Shot's good by Waiters.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Smith outside. It's George on the wing. Back to Smith. Stolen by Waiters. Here's Leonard. Finishes the break with a slam.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
For the Pistons, Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Bogut. Anderson comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Butler in for Waiters. Beverly dishes to Smith. Tries it from 19. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league. Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Williams attacking. And Chandler sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Jason Smith, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here is Robinson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Breaking, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler. And Cleveland making a change here. Henderson's checked in. Butler kicks to Williams. Smith sets the pick for Williams. The shot is off.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And he gets it to go.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
And Williams, here we go. And it's Smith finishing it off.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
On the wing, Thompson. Stolen by Robinson. And now the Pistons fast break. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Williams has got his first points of the night. The Cavaliers trail by 4. It's Chandler high post. Kicks it to George. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Assist goes to Gerald Henderson.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Anderson outside. Fires the 3. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Thompson. And it would have counted had it fallen. Tie game in Detroit. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
A lot of times the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Detroit, Hollis Jefferson is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then it's Rasul Butler. And it's Bogut in at the center. Joseph, the pass to Henderson. Clock at 6. Elbow shot is on the way. Uses the glass to drop it in. Serafin's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Cavs. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined, and that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Back to Smith. Smith missing again.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Butler dishes to Millsap. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Millsap's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Rejected by Millsap. And Waiters kicks to Butler. It's taken away by Smith. Fires from deep. And another miss by Cleveland.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a 3-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Bogut. And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can, a rugged player.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Millsap. Knocks down the 10-footer. Millsap's got his second bucket.
And getting back to Bogut, people forget he's a pretty good athlete. The reason he was drafted #1 overall way back when was because of his insane combination of size and movement skills. That's why he remains one of the excellent shot blockers in the league today. That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Smith checked in for Bogut. Thomas Robinson comes in for Paul Millsap. Anderson, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Williamson for Dion Waiters.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Cavaliers leading.
And when you talk about Bogut, I think the Warriors' incredible regular season inspired him. He didn't have to be the star. He just had to anchor that deed. Sometimes when you give a guy a specific task to be the best at, that's when he delivers the most.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
They grabbed their own miss. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Cleveland. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Tristan Thompson comes in for Terrence Jones. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Williams dishes to Robinson. And they take the lead. 9 points for Leonard. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
And the foul called on Jason Smith.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Cavaliers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And George kicks to Smith. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. He feeds it to Chandler. Back to George. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pistons lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
They got an outstanding quarter out of Leonard. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Checking out the group for David Blatt to start the second half. Patrick Beverly out there with J.R. Smith. Then it's Thompson, and it's Chandler, and it's Henderson in at the small forward.
That's his first personal foul.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
J.R. Smith.
Smith's shot is good. The Pistons leading. Williams attacking. To the inside. Millsap. And Thompson sends it back. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Thompson passes to Smith. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got 13.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And Williams, here we go. And finished off by Bogut.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Thompson with the bucket. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Feeds to Bogut. That's good. Bogut's got 4 points in the quarter.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now here's Williams. Leonard on the wing. Here's the 3. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. The dish to Henderson. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got 4 rebounds in this game. Williams kicks to Bogut. Looking for...
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
And he gets it to go.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And the Cavaliers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight. Anderson outside. Dishes it to Smith. And Smith gets double teamed. Pass to Robinson. Stolen by Beverly. Now Cleveland moving it up. George with the ball. Good. George has got 9 points.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And the foul called on Kevin Seraphin. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Nobody near George. And again, it's Cleveland.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Robinson. Now the feed to Smith. Back to Robinson. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead and then the other one storms right back.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Shot on the wing, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pistons ahead, leading by a point. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Paul Millsap out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Bogut. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Williams at the 1. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's George. Deron Williams picking up that last basket. Nice work there coming off the screen. And it's 13 points here for George.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Cavaliers trailing. Everly with the ball. Williams picks him up. Outside, George. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to Philadelphia. Here's George. Hits the J after faking out the D with the quick up fake. George has got 4 points this quarter. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Smith. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. Smith drives in. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The kick out to Williams. Drills the three-pointer. And it's a 4-point Detroit lead.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Here's George, all alone.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Millsap, and Jones sends it back.
We've seen Andrew Bogut getting it done. He's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
The number 1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Stolen by Beverly. And here's George for three. But they recover it. From deep three-point range. Tries yet again. Misses the layup.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
But you know what? You know, they've come this far. They're not going away now.
The kick out to Williams. Ball's knocked loose.
You know, going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was third in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular, years, though his shot blocking and defense were always strong.
Williams attacking. Pass to Bogut. It's stolen by Smith. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Hey, guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his passing. What sets him apart as a big man is his court vision. And whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates.
And the free throw is good, now leading by one. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Waiters has it in the corner. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Cavaliers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Beverly dishes to George. He kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He has 17 points and 5 assists.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this. His one miss there could be important. There's a big difference, a huge difference between a 2-point lead and a 3-point lead.
And Waiters kicks to Williams. Here's Millsap. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Cleveland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Outside, George. Passes it to Chandler. Here's Thompson. Money!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Nobody near Williams. Detroit, no good that time either.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And George, here we go. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
And I like the job the defense did to not let him have it. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
And Leonard has it in the corner. 20 feet out. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from George. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 8. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blake for 3. No luck. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it.
Towards the darkness. Nah, yo, look towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova. Nah, man, that's a black hole. Yo, it's.
I leap over lies in a single pound. The Black Prophet, one day I got struck by knowledge of self. It gave me super scientific powers. Now I run through the ghetto, battling my arch nemesis, Mr. Ignorance. He's been trying to take me out since the days of my youth. He feared this day will come. I'm hot on his trail, but sometimes he slips away because he has an army. They always give me trouble, mainly hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me. They think they got me, but I use my super science and I twist all 3. I see sparks over that building. At me, I dip, do a backflip, then I in the heart with bookmarks. Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on. Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out.
Let's continue the saga, mad drama. I met this chick, she said she knew where Ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had. I think the line is a setup, I can smell it, but Ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoyt and Skimmerhorn at 3 on the dot. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My 7th sense is danger. I turn around, it's anger. And he brought a marble along. It's the same old song. Despair and animosity got broke with the swiftness. I don't know what they think this is. I feel a sharp pain in my neck, now I can't see on my hem. They hit me with a dart filled with the pork chop serum. I tried to hold on, but before long I dropped. When I awoke, I was locked in the barber shop, trapped in the barber's chair. Oh no, they're gonna try and cut my hair, but that can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, Ignorance is tired of you following him around. We about to put an internet out right now. Animosity, fear, what's up? Get him, yeah.
Pass by, I hear a buzzing noise. You beat. By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife, the seat. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the. After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at the library. I hurry with lightning speed like the Flash. He's at the big one on Grand Army Place. When I get inside, the door shut and the lights go off. Another trap. I hear a hissing sound. I smell a funny smell. I gasp, I can't breathe. Ignorance is laughing at me, waiting on my downfall. But he can't stop the prophet.
Well, prophet, it seems like you're in a bit of a jam. I hope you can unstick yourself. Oh, and what you did to my wife, it was nothing. I have others. The saga continues.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast from suburban Detroit. We are live at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Detroit Pistons come into this one following a loss, guys, to the Nets. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Omer Ashik is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Morrow in the 3 slot. Watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school. Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ. Green, no luck. San Antonio on defense. Back to Williams. From outside the arc. Rebound, Ashik. So it's San Antonio now. Shot from the top of the key. Parker's shot is off. Pass to Leonard. On the wing, Williams. Fires from 18. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Parker against Williams. It's a pick by Love. Parker dishes to Love. Fades back. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Love's got his second bucket of the night. Here are the Pistons with the ball. Williams kicks to Millsap. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Millsap's got his first points in this one. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always. It's a pick by Love. Nobody near Parker. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Screen by Bogut. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
First trip to the line for him here. You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is as strong as ever at the defensive end.
And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the second free throw, good. Guys, you want to talk about one tough guy? How about the Turkish hammer, Ashik? Tremendous rebounder. A space eater in the paint, so long.
That's a great way to describe him, Kevin. Last year he finished 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. Plus, he's always lurking as a shot blocker.
He is. Now Parker, after the missed three from Darren Williams. Parker kicks to Love. Pass to Ashik. And it's sent back by Bogut. Waiters dishes to Williams. Oh, and the cannon by Leonard. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Here's Morrow after the basket by Detroit. And he gets it to go.
And, you know, going back to Ashik, I mean, he's not just a big, immobile guy. I mean, he's got really good flexibility, and that's helped him develop some post moves at the offensive end. He's no longer Mr. Dunk or nothing.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. A different look here for Detroit. Robinson's checked in for Bogut. Anderson comes in for Paul Millsap. And Rasul Butler's subbed in for Dion Waiters. Then for the Spurs, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Ashik. Zeller comes in for Kevin Love. And Levine subbed in for Green. Varejau with a screen on Butler. Offensive rebound. Pistons trailed by 3. Outside Leonard. And Anderson has it in the corner. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Leonard draws the double. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And going back to Amir Ashik's toughness, you can see it in his face. I mean, he's not going to smile at you. He's not going to show you any expression at all. Just a cold-blooded monster on the floor.
Smith checked in for Leonard. Parker's shot is off.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Last game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. Robinson sets a screen for Williams. Robinson drives in. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Robinson. Smith's got his first points of the game.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
There's the feed to Levine. Fades. That one off the back iron and out.
unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Williams kicks to Anderson. Rebound, San Antonio.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Spurs lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. They've got Terrell Wright. Green is out there with Levine. Then there's Kufis, and it's Zeller in the 4. Kevin Love's checked in for Cody Zeller. Andrew Bogut checked in for the Pistons. Millsap comes in for Anderson. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And Butler, here we go. He nails it, and we're tied up.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Love with the screen on Butler. Here's Levine. Inside. Love with the bucket. Love's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Here's Waiters. No good. That's the Spurs taking it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg, and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
It's a pick by Love. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Andrew Bogut.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
Leonard, he's checked in for Detroit. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Morrow's checked in. And for Levine in his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
The drive by Green. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's Waiters. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
Congrats. Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good, But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Offensive rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clarkey averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
Outside Williams. He kicks it to Leonard. Millsap in the corner. They need this. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Millsap's got 5 points so far.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Screen by Asik. There's Green with the 3. And Darren Williams pulls it down. Williams has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Raiders on the wing. A rebound by the Spurs. Asik's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the wide open shot from Green. Hits the 3-point bomb. 7 points in the game.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. For the Pistons, Jason Smith, he's checked in for Bogut. Robinson comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Anderson in for Leonard. The Spurs also changing it up. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Asik. Zeller comes in for Kevin Love. And Parker's subbed in for Levine. And Anderson gets it to go.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
On the wing, Williams, covered by Parker. Morrow with the rebound.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Varejao passes to Parker. Varejao with a screen on Williams. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Pistons trailed by 7. Here's Anderson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Parker kicks to Zeller. A good look from Parker. Money from the wing. And the Spurs lead by 7.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Williams attacking. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Butler, he's checked in for Detroit. Wright, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
8 seconds left in the first half of the game. And stolen by Darren Williams.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the Spurs up 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Well, Love had a great quarter. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, Paul Millsap out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then it's Williams. And it's Bogut in the 5 spot.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
The Pistons trailing. Williams dishes to Millsap. Williams kicks to Leonard. A baseline J. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, that's huge. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kufis comes in for Omer Asher, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Parker. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 5 to shoot. They get it again. Here's Millsap. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Millsap's got 4 points now in the quarter. LaVine kicks to Love. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Detroit making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best options offensively as they try to get back in this game.
So, you know, Anthony Morrow, one of the real lasers as a long-range bomber in the league. First rookie ever to lead the NBA in three-point percentage. Hit over 46% his first year. There's always a place for a guy like that.
And talking about Anthony Morrow's development, he did it the hard way. Came in undrafted in his first pro start. 37 points. Remember that game? Most points ever by an undrafted player in his rookie year.
It was amazing, that game. And, you know, the 2010-2011 season, he had the second highest three-point percentage in league history. I mean, he's been traded multiple times in his career, though, because he's still refining the rest of his game, wanting to be more than just a shooter.
Levine passes to Koufos. Left side, Love. And that's collected by Bogut.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Double team on Millsap. Deflects the pass. And here's the fast break. Green kicks to Love. Here's Levine. He's guarded by Williams. Levine can't hit.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. It's a pick by Love. Levine kicks to Morrow. Here's Levine. He's got 9. And the shot no good, a bit short. .116 left in the third quarter. Count the bucket. Levine's got 4 this quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Green kicks to Levine. He's looking for Love and finds him. Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism, but a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Bogut. Thomas Robinson comes in for Paul Millsap. Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Rasul Butler's subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Kevin Love.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
Passes it to Smith. It's tipped. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. No good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Spurs as they end the third quarter with a tremendous 17-5 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the fourth quarter, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Zeller is out there with Wright, and it's Verjao in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Butler kicks to Anderson. That's tipped. Raiders against Parker. A wide open look here for Wright. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Outside, Green. Asik with it. Parker outside. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Here's Zeller. But they get it back. Feeds it to Wright. Outside, Green. The Spurs working the ball around now. Zeller setting the pick for Parker. Over Smith. Parker's shot is off. Pistons trailed by 13. Outside, Butler. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. A different look here for Detroit. Andrew Bogut checked in for Smith. Millsap comes in for Thomas Robinson. And it's Kawhi Leonard in for Anderson. And San Antonio also making a switch. Levine's checked in for Daniel Green. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. And the jam by Levine.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Here's Leonard. And he jams it with authority.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Parker dishes to Asik. It's stolen by Bogut. A 3 from Leonard. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Butler against Parker. A leaner, and it's sent back by Bogut. Pistons trailed by 10. Outside Butler. Back to Leonard. Six on the shot clock. Here's Millsap. And no good as it rattles out.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. I mean, Tony Parker's just showing us how it's done with that beautiful shot of his.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Deron Williams is checked in for Butler. San Antonio also making some changes. Love's checked in for Cody Zeller. Morrow comes in for Wright, and it's Green in for Levine. Bogut. And that one's good. And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Asik with a screen on Leonard. Kicks it out to Love. Shoots it. Buries the 20-footer. And the Spurs lead by 10.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
And there's Green on the assist by Parker. And now a 12-point Spurs lead.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Leonard attacking. Asik comes up with the rebound. Now here's Parker. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on.
chase me. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. Hold up, I see they broke, I see they lazy. Man, they money slim, they acting shady. I'm in my brand new car, who wanna race? Girl, you ain't come up on, so why you showing up? Never. I'm taking them shots, my partners, they loaded up. Man, on the low, all these be acting so material. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we making noise. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we them boys. Hold up, we making noise. Hold up.
underneath your very eyes.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so, but still so down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with boy. Yeah. Head, boy, cause I got